Welcome to KeyboardBlues.com. This video is part 2 of 2 in an overview of blues for piano and keyboard, Chapter 14. In this video overview of Blues 14, Part 2 of 2, we're going to take a look at some of the detailed note-for-note study of the blues riffs and the techniques that are used in this lesson. The full version of this lesson is actually over an hour long, but this short video will give you a good sample of what's included. Also, in these sample clips, you'll hear me referring to a printable chord chart that comes with the full lesson. And because this is Chapter 14, the concepts that we study, they're really quite advanced, and they assume that you've gone through all of the earlier chapters. If you'd like to check out those earlier chapters, simply go to KeyboardBlues.com. All right, to begin with, here's a clip from the lesson where we're studying through blues riff number 1. Enjoy. The opening blues riff is so classic, you'll recognize it immediately. Sounds like this. You heard that? Well, I woke up this morning and rocks in my head. That is so classic. Let me play it real slowly for you. One more time, nice and slow. Now, if you notice, the left hand's playing an A flat, which would make you think it's a minor chord, right? But it's really F7, which has a major third. And to make matters worse, I slide in the right hand from a minor third to a major third. That right hand sliding from the A flat to the A. We've talked about this minor-major interaction in the blues quite a bit, and you'll see it in a lot of these blues riffs. And I'll just state it real quick again. The blues, just like any good story or any good movie, it's full of some tension. And one of the ways you can build some tension is to have this fight between major and minor scale modes happening at the same time, whether your right hand is sliding from the minor third to the major, or whether your right hand is playing a major third and your left hand is introducing a minor third. There's that tension, that dissonance that gives the blues that grit that we really gravitate towards and like. So watch out for that in a lot of these blues riffs. Minor versus major. It's actually a great thing. Let's jump ahead in the lesson now to where we're studying blues riff number 4. We're going to take a look at about half of blues riff number 4 study, specifically where we're looking at what the left hand is doing. Here it is. Riff number 4 is a doozy. No other way to put it. Again, it's preceded by the opening riff, or riff number 1, and then all this business happens. One more time. Lots of stuff going on in both hands. Let's start out looking at what happens in the left hand. Now the C7 sharp 9 is played like this in the left hand. And this is actually a very common voicing for the blues. It's got a really nice fat sound. What's missing is the root. You've got the 3rd, the 7th, and the sharp 9. The normal 9 would be here, right? But the root would sound like this. Kind of a Gershwin chord again. But the sharp 9 is really gritty because of the interaction between this and that. You could say the major and the minor, right? It's really a sharp 9, but sounds like major against minor, doesn't it? Sure does to me. So you've got C7 sharp 9. Really get that one under your hands. That is a very useful voicing in the left hand. Moving to a shell voicing in F7. Now a shell voicing is nothing more than the 3rd and the dominant 7th. Here's F7, right? What's missing? Well, almost everything, except for the 3rd and the dominant 7th, right? There's the full F7 chord, but we're going to play a shell voicing. Here's the 3rd, which is an A, the dominant 7, which is an E flat. It's called a shell voicing because it just contains the outer shell of the chord, nothing inside. Normally at this point the lesson would go into the right hand study in that riff, but for the sake of time I'd like to show you a little something else. Let's jump ahead now to riff number 9. like a big old fat cookie jar. Number 9 has got some good things to dig into. Sounds like this. You hear all the dissonance in there? Play those fat, funky chords on stage and you'll knock the guitar player down. There's the dissonance that really makes this cut through the mix. Let's take a look at what's going on. We're going to study first the left-hand tritone substitution. We're looking at the last 2 measures of the introduction, F, A flat, G, and C. That's an interesting little theme. Sounds like a pirate theme. Now the A flat is red because it's a point where I'm trying to indicate that you can do tritone substitution. Now the tritone, we've studied this already earlier. The tritone from A flat is D. So instead of F, A flat, G, C, we'll do F, D, G, C. Okay? So let's see if that works with the right hand riff. Still works, doesn't it? Let's try F, A flat, G, C. So the A flat and the D are interchangeable. In fact, let's go a little further. Let's do full chords. F, we'll do something like this. And instead of the A flat, 13, we'll just do D7. Okay, and then everything else is the same. So we'll do F7, and then D7. Kind of a strange voicing, but that is D7. And everything else the same. Let's see if that works. Ready? Still works, doesn't it? Okay, just for comparison, let's try the F7, and then the A flat 13 instead of that D7. Let's see if it works. Hope it does. So my point is this: those tritone substitutions are interchangeable. How about the right hand? Let's play that thing nice and slow so you can get that riff. In there at the end. Okay, one more time, a little faster. Again, the same old song by the same old dude. Accents are where it's at. Alright, that's riff number 9. This has just been a short sample from Blues for Piano and Keyboard, Chapter 14. If you'd like to see more, come on over to keyboardblues.com. In this website, there's a wealth of online piano and keyboard lessons that you can dig into right away, including this lesson. Before you leave this site, though, would you do us a favor? If these lessons are valuable to you and you'd like to see more, would you just take a minute and leave a comment on the site that you're on right now? Or you can simply rate the video. Either way, it really helps us and enables us to post lessons just like this one, free of charge. Thanks!